Yes, there it is. You are live! Exclamation point. Thank you, StreamYard. Guys, what's going on there out there this afternoon, Sunday afternoon? I hope you're having a great day so far and got a lot of good tennis in and or a fitness. Yeah, maybe both. I had a couple tennis sessions this morning. Good workout with the boys this morning. We had a 2-on-1 session on the grass. Got a lot of work done and always good. Always good. Then I played a couple hours of doubles with my and some friends on the grass. Started at noon, played for a couple hours, just got off, and all good today. Beautiful day here in the desert. I don't know, pretty darn warm, high 70s, I think. And boy, it sure feels like spring. Anyway, hope you had the same good tennis experience as well today. Look, today we're going to make this real short with this tennis mindset project episode. A little tough love today. I'm going to go through it real quick. I got some other stuff I've got to get done here around the house. So let's get rolling. And yeah, 3 common self-talk messages when you're serving for the set that create choking. Look, I used to be the poster boy for not getting it done. And it wasn't out of anything other than just the self-talk, right? What was the messaging that I was giving myself when I was either playing a close match, right, like a really tight close match? Maybe we'd split sets, and now it's maybe I'm serving a 5-4 in the third, and the self-talk would just completely change. And it would just kind of get tight and tense and nervous and hopeful, right? I hope. Not a great strategy. Before we get into it, just a quick reminder, guys, that every morning at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. on the Eastern Seaboard time zone, I do go live most of the time, but sometimes it's a pre-recorded episode of What's the Right Shot. 2 things that we work on. Number one, I cherry pick. Well, first of all, I cherry pick a point, and then right before one of the players is supposed to hit a shot, I ask you the question. I pause the video and say, "What do you think's the right shot?" And what we're talking about is shot choice. Where do you want it to land over there? And then how do you want to enhance the shot choice with where you move to next on the court? And those 2 things are married together. I mean, when you think of shot choice, you got to be thinking of where you are in the court in relation to where they are in the court, and whether it's singles or doubles. And, sometimes we hit the ball too well and we take time away from ourselves. We got to be smarter than that, right? So anyway, an episode every morning at 8 o'clock Pacific time zone. So look, I'm going to talk about this today, which is my 4 step-by-step parts between points routine, which is a free course. You can pick it up over at WebTennis.com. When we're done today, just go on over if you haven't already done so. WebTennis.com, drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get immediate access. About 20-minute video, and it's going to detail for you what are the 4 specific parts, what order are they in, that I go through, and I've got a lot of students or players going through it. That really does make a difference, especially in today's topic, which is the 3 common self-talk messages when you're serving for the set or the match that create choking. And so look, the first one is basically we tell ourselves, because we've done this before, is we go, come on, man, not now. Don't blow this lead like you did last week. Whatever it is. Maybe it's a practice match, right? Could be a tournament match, could be a league match. But that messaging, a little voice just kind of pops off, is just reminding you, hey, remember the last time you blew a lead? Don't do it again. And we got to get rid of that kind of self-talk. Because we do have free will to be able to think and say whatever we want to ourselves, right? Free will to think any way we want, free will to say whatever we want to ourselves. The second one is, God, well, if I win this point, come on, we got to win this point, because if I do win this point, then the score will be whatever. And then if the score is whatever, then, maybe I'll be, and it goes on and on and on. So you end up just future thinking so much that it just tightens you up. And the third one is really kind of desperate, where, dang, I really, really hope that they miss this return to serve, right? You're serving for the match of the set at 5-4, 5-3, whatever it is. And one of the messages, one of the self-talk things is, dang it, I really hope they miss this return. That's just total desperation. right? Just not trusting yourself at all to get the job done. So what we got to do is we got to fix that. We got to eliminate those kinds of thoughts. And the best way that I found is to really is first of all is to understand why we need to control 80% of the match, why we need to control our thinking for 80% of the match. And 80% of the match is that time during the match spent between points and on side changes. Only 20% of the time are we actually playing points. And and the reality is that if you manage the 80% of the time of the match really, really well, you will tend to, number one, play at your highest skill level much more consistently throughout the match, which will give you a lot more confidence when you go to serve for the set and or the match. And and when you feel that, you don't have those kinds of thoughts, right? You don't have that kind of future thinking, future result thinking, which is, hey man, God dang, I just don't want to blow a lead again, right? Yeah, so you're thinking about that as a possibility, right? You're thinking about if I win this point, then blah blah blah, right? On and on and on. And then of course the worst one, the desperation one, which is I just hope that they don't get the ball back and play. I hope they choke before I do. So the way you control that is with this 4 parts between points routine that I'm going to give you free access to. It's over at webtennis.com. And look, when you get it, what you're going to see is this all makes sense, right? These 4 different parts all make sense in terms of probably putting you in the right frame of mind to start the next point. But here's what happens is players get the epiphany, they get the aha moment, they get the okay, I agree with this, and then they just kind of set it aside and then they think, well, the next time I'm in a match where I'm serving for the match, whether it's singles or doubles or serving for a set, then I'll do this 4 parts between points routine. And it just doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel natural. And so you try it and it's just like out of body experience, right? It's just really weird. So it's one thing to understand the different 4 parts intellectually. It's another thing then to go out and say, I'm going to practice this thing like a dog. Just practice it and practice it and practice it until it starts feeling natural for you, right? Until you start doing it in matches where you know you're going to win this singles match, you guys know you're going to win this doubles match, and yet you don't get sloppy. You continue to practice it so that it really becomes just part of your thing. And look, I'm not saying that when you do this that it's an automatic guarantee you're going to hold serve if you're serving for the set at 5-4, or that you're automatically every time gonna hold serve when you're serving for the match. I'm just telling you, in my experience over the years, is that when I do this, it gives me the best chance to be able to get the win, right? And so, look, the first part is when the point's over, it's emotional control time because there's so much like in a really close match or a team match or you're at the end of a tournament. There's an extra level of stress there to want to get this thing done. And so we can get the emotions involved. We hit a great shot and we go, yeah, baby, come on, or we miss an easy chunker and we let the whole world know, oh my God, that sucks. I never missed that shot. All right, well, that probably wasn't the first time you've missed it, right? So we either get super elated or we get so super bummed out. Either way, we're losing control of our emotions and they just go all over the map. So part one is emotional control. And if you pick up this course, or if you've already picked it up, you'll see what I do. You'll see what I do to at the end of every point for emotional control. Part number two is physical recovery. I do it even if the opponent over there is serving to me and they double fault, where I've really exerted no physical energy. But no matter from that all the way to a long point, I've got to physically recover. So part two for me, 2, 3, 4 really deep breaths from starting from the nose with the mouth closed, just all the way down the core, and really, really kind of refreshing, and then letting it exhale through a 2 or 3 count, and like to do 2 or 3 of those to try to physically recover. Part three is how do I want to start the next point? Well, look, when you're serving for the set, you ought to have some real clarity now because you've had a lot of intel gathering over that set or over the match as to where have you been serving most of the time that's been yielding the results that you want. Maybe, and I wouldn't do anything crazy, but maybe it's time to still keep serving to the body. Maybe this is 40 love. All right, let's try the bouncer out wide, whatever. I'm not telling you strategically what to do, but I'm just saying that you need to have some clarity as to how you want to start this next upcoming point, and it has nothing to do with results. Has absolutely nothing to do with the outcome, which is, well, if I really want to win this point, because then it's going to be match point or set point, whatever. So I'm going to serve the dart over there, and it'll be an ace or won't be a return. Now you can tell yourself, my intention to start the point is I'm going to hit a high quality serve to one of three spots, right down the tee, to the body, or out wide. That's fine, but you can't control the actual outcome of the point, right? The actual end outcome of the point. So best thing you can do is get clarity how you want to start the point. If the return comes back, fine and dandy. You're totally cool with just taking it from there. And then part 4 is just a little positive self pump, right? I mean, for me, this last year, 2023, the best year I've ever had. My part 4, a lot of it was, I just love this. God, I just love this. Sometimes it's your time. Come on, Brent, it's your time. So I was never ever, hey, come on now, you really got to, it was never ever that. It was just a positive, I love doing this. This is your time, whatever it is. You come up with your own phrase, but you've got to practice and discipline that 4-part between points routine. And when you do, I'm telling you, good things happen. And the chances of you holding serve to close out the set or close out the match go way, way up if you'll do that and eliminate these other 3 things that are very, very common. And I've been known to say worse stuff than this, right? That I just mentioned those 3 things. Come on, don't blow this lead. God, you big choker, don't do it. God, you choked last week, don't do it again. That's not great messaging, right? Well, gosh, if I win this point, then that means the score will be 40-30. And that means no, that's just too much future result thinking. Just creates too much tension, too much nerves. Or the third one is, dang it, desperation. I really hope that I just hope that they don't return serve, right? Those are just all really negative thoughts, and you're better than that. So that's the message for today. Look, hope this resonates with you guys. And again, if you've not picked up that 4 parts between points routine, I want you to do it. If you like today's episode, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell so you always get alerted anytime I go live and or uploaded pre-recorded content. And there it is. I want you to start here at the complimentary free 20-minute course video, the 4 step-by-step between points routine, the BPR. It's over at WebTennis.com. Just go on over there right now, drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get immediate access to that course. Guys, any questions, let me know down below in the comments area or the chat area, whatever is there for you. And or you can shoot me an email, Brent@WebTennis.com, if you want to keep it private. Hope this has been helpful to you guys today. Thanks for hanging out. As always, it's time to get out there, help someone else have a great day. Guys, see you again next time.